And well, we flew too close to the sun. Last week, we tried our brand new podcast recording platform, state of the art, HD video, HD sound. We got scared, didn't we? like cavemen who've been dragged out to join the cavemen who have like invented the wheel. We're like, no, we'll go back into the cave. Thanks. You can keep your fire and your wheel. We like shitting into the hole in the corner of the cave.
You know what? I think we've retreated halfway back into the cave. We didn't go back to Skype. We've gone back to Zoom.
Yeah.
And like, this was our sort of, Skype was the cave for us. We were the two people who were holding on to Skype long after everybody else, even people who worked at Skype, were using Zoom. Like, we were still there for Skype. We were like, no. Skype will get their shit together. They'll be fine, and they'll get back.
Do you think at their shareholder meetings, they were like, look, it's not good news, but look, the Will and Charlie demographic is actually doing real well for us. Every Sunday, we get a nice spike here for Skype.
Oh, no, I think it's the opposite. I think the people at Skype want to shut down the whole business and they have to keep it open because we were still using it. I think it's the same with Yahoo Mail. I think I'm keeping open Yahoo Mail and Skype at the moment. But so we moved on to Zoom, then we moved on to this great new technology. The problem with the great new technology is that because of the quality of the technology, the sizes of the files and some of the coordination, you just need access to a little bit more internet. And I am currently on the road in a service department that has terrible internet, so I'm hotspotting off my phone for today. So we have retreated slightly. I would like to say a strategic retreat back into the safety of the cave until we can be back in an environment where we can step out of the cave again.
Well, in screenwriting terms, Will, this is known as the refusal of the call. This is where, Luke Skywalker is given a glimpse of what his destiny can be, but he goes, you know what, I'm going to stay on Tatooine and help out my uncle Owen and Aunt Beru. But then we've gone back to the cave and we see they've been massacred. There is no cave left. So we have to get, it is an irony that as like our little podcast network is progressing and, incrementally growing, and we have to grow with it. You and I decided to move to a part of Australia with possibly the worst internet coverage of anywhere in Australia.
Well, not just the worst, but no promise of ever getting better, because every time somebody puts up a 5G tower, people tear it down because they think it's causing COVID. So like, at least there are some areas where they have shit reception, but you're like, at some stage, they're going to have good reception. But they're never going to have good reception up there because local urban warriors are going to destroy the towers.
So how do those local urban warriors access their Alex Jones videos and stuff? Do they have
that's how we've got to pitch 5G to them.
Yeah.
You're going to be able to download InfoWars heaps quicker.
I actually was driving me mental all week. I've been doing some research. So we did last week's TOFOP, which went really well.
Research.
I did my own research. And it was like, I don't know, 6 hours from my end. I don't know how, probably similar from your end to upload the files, which is, for anyone, for podcast Mike, it happened almost instantaneously. In fact, Mike and I did a trial run. Well, not a trial run. We did his podcast, Harry Potter and the Boys, on Tuesday, just so I could get my head around if I was doing things correctly and stuff. And Mike's files uploaded instantaneously. By the time we were done recording, his files are uploaded, ready to be edited. And it was still like another 4 hours until mine could get uploaded. So I just was like, it can't be hard to figure out. When I first moved here, I did sort of look into it, and I think I got sort of bamboozled by all the options. And in my head, I was like, but this is Australia. We're a first world nation. Surely it won't be long before they connect everyone, fiber to premises, and we're all connected to the World Wide Web. Like, sure, it is a rural area that I live in, but there's a lot of people moving here, and there's a lot of businesses that work from here. And there's a lot of people who work from home in this area, a lot of designers, a lot of producers, a lot of musicians. Big files needed to be uploaded and downloaded all the time. Well, turns out with my research that the Australian government said a big fuck you to people who live out here. It seems to be, well, bad luck. You move somewhere nice, you can go fuck yourselves. You should have stayed in the city where rents are impossibly high and you can never afford to buy a house.
I think that is absolutely correct. I think you've summed it up pretty well. That is the situation. I don't think there is any great promise that in the next generation of technology that the internet speeds are going to get any better around where we live. I would have thought that 5G is the best hope. That's why I think that 5G is actually important, and why people should be rallying against 5G is because things like the NBN won't be as necessary when there's widespread 5G coverage, because it really is that next generation of being able to do things at high speeds. I mean, I imagine today, even though I said that, you know, I'm in a service department hotspotting off my phone, it'll probably take me like half the time to upload hotspotting off my phone in a 5G city than it would doing it off my home internet.
Home office.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. My mate Mark moved to the area as well, and he you know, he's constantly dealing with large files, video files, sound files, and his mind was a bit blown by just how bad it is here. And so he was like, I'm going to, because I think when I spoke to Telstra, they said, look, if you want to if you're a business and you can afford it, you can pay $15,000 to have like a hard line from the nearest exchange tower. We'll just dig a hole straight to your premises, $15,000 for that. Plus, then I think it's like a $300 a month or $500 a month maintenance upgrade. But you have this line, and if you're entrepreneurial enough, you can start selling, like people can hook into your line and get a little bit of your sweet ass internet access. But he looked into that and he said it was like, they're talking 6 months because they literally have to dig a hole and run the cable. Like it's 6 months to get that done. So he called me to say, hey, I think I've found the solution. He's gone, Elon Musk has launched a satellite called Starlink. Yeah. Have you heard about this?
Yeah. Okay.
And so you sign up for Starlink, and then I think it will service Australia in June, and that's when it's meant to come online for Australians. And so I was like, okay, so I went to check it out. I have seen like, you know, like scam emails that seem more reputable than the Starlink website. Like literally, you've just got to put cash up front, no questions asked. Like you can't speak to anyone; it's all online. You can only sign up with an American Express card. You've got to put a down payment down, $700 worth of tech.
Hang on, did you just say you can only sign up with an American Express card?
I know. It's like the one place that's not accepted anywhere
else. It's opposite world. Like the American Express card isn't accepted anywhere, and they're like, no, only that one, only the most troublesome one. That's what we're.
Doesn't that feel like, oh, this is dodgy? Like, why are they accepting the one kind of like credit currency that's not accepted by anyone else? And you, like I said, it's a down payment. Oh, you've got to order so you got to order a satellite dish essentially. So it's $700 for that. And then I don't know what the ongoing monthly subscription is. But I was like, I don't know about this. I don't, you know, what's the exchange policy? Like, because then you have to, it's not just, you get the satellite dish, but then you got to get someone out, I imagine, to get on your roof and install it and point it in the right direction. I mean, can you just point a satellite dish up, or do you have to point it? I mean, satellites move, right? So how do they work?
Well, the person I would trust to get it right the first time is the guy who's just recalled 500,000 Teslas. That's the guy I really think that first time around is absolutely going to nail this.
To see the full video, join our Patreon.
Patreon.com/TOFOP.